Hi guys, Andy here. Let's do a tarot spread and some oracle cards for Scorpio for the full moon on the 19th of April 2019 right through until the next full moon, because as we know, the effects of a full moon are said to and very often felt to go on until the next full moon. Okay, so we're looking into the future here. What's coming up in this reading isn't going to happen today, isn't going to happen tomorrow, although it could. I shouldn't say it isn't going to. It might not. It's about taking time and very much about facing in the right direction, because of that thing that they say, tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. So it's not just about the good things that are actually coming. It's not just about resolving problems. It's about learning from whatever situation we've been in and looking ahead. Okay, so I'm now asking for a card, please. In fact, let's do it the right way. I'm asking for 3 cards, please, for the sign of Scorpio, for the full moon in Libra on the 19th of April 2019. That's 3 card spread, please, for Scorpio for the full moon on the 19th of April 2019. And again, we'll ask, please, for 3 cards for the sign of Scorpio for the full moon in Libra on the 19th of April 2019. Okay. Here we go. Right, this is going to be fun. This is going to be good. This is looking excellent so far. Right. Now, life isn't a bowl of cherries, Scorpio, is it? And the colours of the world can turn black and white for you guys, just the same as it can for the rest of us, And when we have a Scorpio moon, it tends to affect everyone like that. And the rest of us have things that affect each other, so not to worry. But Scorpio, have you been concerned that your actions may have in some way kind of held someone else back? Try not to worry about it. The scales of karma are at work here, Scorpio. First card I've got for you here is the Ace of Cups. And I'm reading from a very small copy of the Thoth deck. I must get a bigger one. But there we go, the Ace of Cups. And that's number 1, so it's a real good starting point, this full moon coming up in Libra for you, Scorpio. It brings balance, and it's looking as if it's bringing balance in such a way that we can actually believe that the road ahead of us is clear. And that's particularly important to Scorpio, I know, because conflicting ideas, conflicting feelings about things come into play very often, particularly around the intense energy of a full moon. But, it's a Libra full moon. It's about balance. And if we look at this image, sure, there's just the 1 cup there, but it the light coming out divides things in 2. Okay, and I'm seeing this as the complications falling away. And I'm seeing this as the light spreading out from the middle as well, from the heart. This makes me think of when we go into meditation and we focus on the spark of light within us and ask for it to grow. It's an old Doreen Virtue one, I know, but it was an old someone else's one before that. It's timeless knowledge. That spark of light. Focus on that spark of light, Scorpio, and try to detach from what's going on absolutely immediately and look forward to the future as well. Okay. Because I'll say it yet again, tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. Whichever day you're watching this, that is going to be the truth, whether it's now or in the future. Okay, 2, just about the heart of the matter, the middle of the 3 cards in this spread. And this is making me think immediately of the Statue of Liberty and everything she stands for, which is just, it's freedom. And as we know, freedom... some people's freedom to do what they want can impinge and get in the way of some people's freedom to do what they want. So we're looking for balance here on the Libra moon, and I feel, Scorpio, that conflicts around what different people want, are going to be coming out into the open and getting sorted out. Now, there's a lot of gold in this card, but there's also a lot of red, so we're coming down to earthiness there, thinking about being practical. I can see the brown in this card, and let me turn it around and just count what we've got up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 great shafts of light there. 12 is such a magical number in so many ways. But this makes me think of spirit connections in particular. And For some reason, it's showing me things I've read about the afterlife by a spirit guide called Red Cloud. So I'm going to recommend that book to you, Scorpio. Red Cloud Speaks. Okay, he was a trance medium that spoke. No, he was a spirit guide who spoke through the trance medium Estelle Roberts, the British trance medium in the 1930s. He is close as I do this reading for Scorpio for some reason. Now I see why. Thank you. It's because one of his teachings in particular, which is that the spirit world can't make things happen exactly. They can kind of promise things, and they can say things are going to happen in the future because they do have that overview, or at least they have access to the angels and the higher realms who have that overview, and so things like that can be found out. But they can't actually make things happen because all of us living this life are here living it on our own merit, that we have to live it on our own merits all the time. And this is why, when we're connecting to the afterlife and our own loved ones in the spirit world, they can give us advice, they can show us love, they can help us along the way, and very often tell us things that are coming up. But they can't actually change things. We have to live this life now. Okay, so down to earth again, being practical. Look at the brown in this card and remember that gold is kind of a shade of brown, really, or brown is a shade of gold, whichever way. They're not exactly interchangeable, but you cannot have one without the other. Okay, so there's divine inspiration here. I'm reading this card in my camera screen without looking at it. But we have got a big wand going across, okay? Because we got the Queen of Wands here, and that wand is going across at an angle, so not everything is straightforward at the heart of the matter, and we're looking to that Libra moon, Scorpio, to bring balance in, and we've got a whole month to do it as that Libra moon goes right through until May. So what is the final card of this reading for Scorpio? It's the Fool, and we're thinking about the Fool's journey, a lot like the Magician in terms of what it portends for the immediate future, this card, except to say the Magician clearly knows what he's doing and has experience, and the Fool is much less like that. The Fool is stepping almost out into the dark, although there's light all around. And what have we got here now then? Because I've read the Fool so many times, but from the Thoth it can be a different matter. Okay, we have actually got connection to the earth energies yet again. This has come in very strongly, and because this is the final card, Scorpio, this is the direction things are heading in. So get real, keep looking for the truth, and as you look to the future, try and make your plans as practical as you can, okay? Because there's a good deal of scatteredness in the image here, and a good deal of scatteredness about the general idea of the Fool's journey. There's a sort of lion cub type thing trying to hold him back. I must find out more about this deck. It's a great deck, but it does have, right, the Dove of Peace, and the Dove of Peace is headed downwards, but they can fly like that. In a book I've read about Native American culture, it's called The Teachings of Black Elk. He himself couldn't write. He was a medicine man of the Oglala Sioux. But somebody wrote down his stories, and they're in this book, Black Elk Speaks. Where is it? Here it is. Black Elk Speaks, and there is the man himself. Okay, can't quite remember where I was going with that one, but it's all about spirit guides being in again. And oh yes, this is it. The Dove of Peace, it can fly downwards, but that's all part of its kind of flight path that's going to make it come up straight again. The planes have to land before they can take off. I guess that's what I'm going to take from that one, Scorpio, bringing us back yet again for that need for earthiness, for groundedness, for keeping it real, which has actually come into all the signs in greater or lesser extent in this little batch of 12 readings. Okay, so right, Oracle card for this one from the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue, and this is for Libra for the full moon. No, it's not. It's for Scorpio, I'm sorry, for the full moon, which is going to be in Libra on the 19th of April 2019, and it's go now, Serapis Bay. We had this card for another sign, and it's a real great card. This means it's time to get on with things, Scorpio. Okay, really, it's going to be time to go on with things as we've got ourselves grounded, as we've got our roots in the earth, and we kind of got that earthy understanding of where we're headed. Okay, but Serapis Bey is here talking about the next sort of month, the next moon cycle really, which will take us through all the signs and all the influences. So bags and bags of things are going to change. Okay, a lot is going to change, but be prepared to get cracking, to actually go to make things happen. Yeah, we have our plans, we push and push and push. It's so hard to get plans off the ground in this day and age, Scorpio. It is for any of us, but eventually with hard work the plans do start taking off. So be prepared for that, Scorpio. Be prepared to go now. Look at all the light in this image. Look at the purple healing light of it and the great shaft of gold right up the middle of Serapis Bey, giving him a halo all around the top there. And I'm still reading this in my camera screen. Let's look properly. Now this is making me think of Victorian lighting. I don't know why, it just makes me think of a Victorian gas lamp, because it's natural light, no doubt, that Serapis Bey holds up, because it is always about natural light as we kind of do spiritual practices. Somebody I know was telling me that in the culture of Trinidad, the older people believed that electric light made it harder to see people, and meaning it made it harder to see the true soul of people. How true that is, my friends, I don't know, but it's very much part of that culture, and they believe that for a reason. So always be looking for the natural light in things, Scorpio. This again has to do with groundedness and earthiness. It's what's natural is really what's best, because that's what we're going to be living with. Whatever else might go up in the air. Okay, so Scorpio, thank you very much for watching. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I do need loads more subscriptions, friends. I'm sorry to keep going on about it, and I know many of you have subscribed already. Thank you very much for that. But I really could do with more, because what we've got to do is get to 1,000 subscriptions. Then I can go back to doing the live videos, which is what brought us all together in the first place. So I'd really love to do that. So I'd appreciate your help. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Tap that bell so you don't miss anything as well. Give me a thumbs up, guys, please, if you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, you know what to do. Leave me a comment. We'll share the journey, and I'll be back with more very soon. All the best. Goodbye.